Okay, MultEQ-X, stacking target curves. Yeah, I just week or so ago now, I finished off my first calibration just trying this, and certain problem areas in speakers and their positions, it's definitely made an improvement. The first area that I found that was a significant improvement in doing this was the center channel. It's I guess you could say it is in a cabinet. It's in like a component rack. It was custom made shelving system, and speakers that are like in something like that tend to sound boxy, you know, and there's often a lot of bass there and things like that. So running a second EQ, a second import target curve, allowed me to clean up a lot of that. The end of male voices, even some female voices, right? Can, depending on how movies tune the sound of voices and things like that, you know, can cause it just not to particularly sound that great. But when you're running like multiple imports on targets, it just allows you to get things closer to your target. That's really all it is. It doesn't negate any of the work that you know, I did previously of, like, you know, you import a single target or anything like that. But I think it does allow for slightly closer accuracy. To me, it sounds excellent. So yeah, I thought I'd share it here today. And I think this is something you can only do with MultEQ-X. I don't think the others can do this. I don't think they can. So you can import a target, but that target is then something you essentially, you know, run your PEQs and to. With Audyssey, a target curve doesn't act in that way, so which Audyssey is, for me at this point, it's the selling point of this. So we are going to use Atmos sweeps today. And yeah, I'm doing the left surround. So, and again, I wanted to do this speaker because these are speakers that have less bass, and it's because of the positioning of the speakers. All of the other speakers don't have this issue. So I just thought, you know, it doesn't have to be a speaker in the perfect position all of the time. Let's, you know, pick something like this and see what I would do with it. So okay, just checking. I'm actually I'm doing this as a 0 degree today, so let me just re-measure that. Forgot to change that. One of the reasons I prefer 0 degree is I feel as though it allows more accuracy capturing mid-range and tweeter than 90 degree does. And I've just noticed that tonality is, I think it's perfect in 0 degree. So that's just one of the reasons why I use it. Now the target here is based on my right speaker. So I measured my right speaker, and this was based on a HARMON target curve, but I clicked add room curve, and from 1K here I just made sure it tracked my original speaker's right response. So that is what this is, and the reason I wanted to use that speaker is because positioning wise my front mains are in the best positions, right? They're not next to walls. There's a very soft curtain behind them. They sound, the tonality wise, they sound the best, and I want my other speakers to kind of mirror that sound. So yeah, that was it. So we can generate that now from target shape, and this is it. So let's normalize everything. I normalize everything because I work with Audyssey. Everything's just easier. Alright, so this is the response of the surround. Now, if you've seen some of my other videos, most of the time we kind of have this going on. Not here though, but maybe just around here. But then we have a big bass rise right here, and then we'll come down, right? These speakers don't do that. It's because of the position they're in. I guess there's nowhere along this wall to reinforce bass. We're not too far away from our target, so I would like to correct for this. Interestingly, this is actually tracking. It's actually tracking relatively good, up to 10k, up to 10,000 there. Yeah, 10k. Not too bad. So, but it really, the speaker really just falls apart here, right? This portion here. So I want to fix this. But yeah, this is what I have to deal with on this one. Now, one thing to think about as well is having knowledge of the rest of your speakers and what they're capable of. So I know that these speakers are capable of going to 60 Hertz. So that's what I actually EQ to, right? I allow whatever boosts I need to get me to 60, and then we'll roll off. In theory, I could do that for every speaker, right? I just say, look, I'm gonna EQ to 60 Hertz when the speakers drop off, and that's it. The thing is, though, is the center speaker can go till like 49 Hertz. And again, because it's in a component rack, you know, it's just got that reinforced bass thing. My front Atmos speakers, they have reinforced bass because they're in a corner. You know, so there is things to take care of. But when you have this situation, because somebody messaged me and said, well, my bass is lower than the target. What should I do? And I think the best thing to do is go online or get the manual, or go online and find a manual. You know, if you have the manual or the booklet that it came with, and you see where the response of the speakers drop off, is what I would EQ to. These go to 60, or they're reasonable to 60. Most of the time, if you measure everything here, we get to about 60 Hertz, then we drop off. So, okay, we're going to do the same here. Won't rename for now. So, target's always on top, and the speaker's response is on the bottom for now. And that's the correction we get. Okay, so let's export that. Nope. YouTube calibration. Left surround 1. Okay. Okay. Okay, I had some open already. I might not take care of the treble this time. I might just do the bass, but for now, yeah, let's just have one open. So, that's right. So I want to take care of this bass issue. where the response meets the last edge of what the speaker has to give. Oh, no, we're not doing that. Sorry, I just got a little confused. We're going to 60. Right, so we're only having to boost by 3 dB. We're going to use small anyway, and you could say, look, this is overkill. I like to go 20 hertz, yeah, 20 hertz over what I need to go over, just to make sure the speaker's rolling off with an 80 hertz crossover in the same way for all speakers, right? So it's like a guarantee. So this in the receiver, yes, it says 2.9 dB. It really isn't. It's not going to be that because we're crossing over at 80 hertz anyway. So okay, so it's the first 60. Yeah. Okay. It's already done. All right, and this all gets set to 0, which just means there's no EQ applied. So I'm going to leave the treble for now. Save. And we'll upload this. So, okay. Okay, import target. We are left surround. Yep. Okay. Well, we'll see. You know, we'll see for now. If this gets, if this treble gets out of hand, then I'll make some adjustments. But for now, 6 dB. Actually, it might be more. It might be 8. Okay. In a real calibration, I like to EQ up to 18K and then just set them to 0 as well. I'm not going to worry about this for this. I'm just wanted to make sure the bass is taken care of for this demo, and that's about it for now. So yeah, the goal here is to get the response within 1 dB of its target. We can see what this EQ does as well to the response. How close to the target are we, and can we make improvements? So. Okay. Okay. Take these away. Maybe the target can stay. Okay, so treble-wise, everything after 1K basically is excellent. I mean, this is tracking really, really well. Issues in the mid-range here. 800 hertz. We haven't got full like that. I haven't got tightness here in the bass area. It's not tracking to its target. The difference is. So the target says it is 1.8, and this is less. So +2, it's exactly 2 dB away from target, right? That's probably the biggest one. 0.4, that may be more. 1, 2.3, that's a 2.3er. Okay. So trace arithmetic again. Let's start labeling them now. I'm just going to put 1 again, just so I know. 1, so target over 1. Now this is a correction curve essentially for the current measurement with its EQ and the differences between that measurement and the target. So this is what it actually is. This is it. So I guess you can, yeah. This is actually a better way to see down here. You can see numbers. That's really all I need to worry about. I pick large areas that are not tracking closely to the 0 dB line, because anything away from the 0 dB line means it's not tracking to its target well, or as well as could be. This is the biggest offender here, 2.2 dB away from the target. So yeah, I would say here, for me, there's 3 spots that need to be taken care of before I move on to, say, another speaker. This area here, and these, this probably isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's 1.2 dB, but you got to think about that. I know it's 108 Hertz, but like this, right? This will be actually audible, right? That's 2 dB as well. This is in a pink noise area. That's not good, right? So pink noise is 1K to 500, yeah, 500 Hertz and 2K. So if we've got volume differences here, that's going to make measuring the speaker potentially different as well. So yeah, this is definitely something to take care of. Yeah, same deal. So we export this. Good. Left surround 2. Now let's take care of this. Now these are the same, these will be the same numbers, so they will stack on top of each other. So when I first did this, I reset my RAW and realized that the export numbers were different. So I was like, I had to get them all again, and 7720. 7720. Okay. Okay, copy that. We are never boosting in heavy bass areas. Wait. Actually, one thing. We were going to 60 anyway, weren't we? This is fine. Should be fine. I was just thinking, I was kind of boosting the bass to 60 Hertz. Would I just keep going, you know, to 60? That might have been a mistake. Yeah, let's just take care of this. Alright, sorry about that. Yeah, because yeah, I'm all over the place today, so bear with me a sec. I guess, yeah, we continue to make sure we're to 60 every single time. It won't be much difference, but so okay, we grab that. Okay, 60. What's going on with 60? Okay, that's fine. That's, you know. First 60. Grab that. 6039. Treble I'm not going to look at right now. Save that. Okay, let's import this. Left Okay. Right, so this is where I'm not going to correct for it right now, but this would be now something I would look at, is how much EQ are you actually having to apply in the treble area to maintain its target. It looks to me there that the speaker is actually struggling now after 20,000, right? It can accept things to about 20k, but anything after that, it's definitely struggling, because it's continuously having to apply EQ or boosts to maintain that target, and for me that's not worth it to do that. I would take care of this in a real calibration. And again, it's just the same deal about applying zeros to that part. So yeah. So the whole goal again is to get within 1 dB, and I felt that within 1 dB, that gives you a sound that is just incredible. It really is. And minor improvements over what you can do with just a single target curve, but I think they are worthwhile. With problem area speakers, definitely. If you've got any speakers that after 1 EQ you were still having issues, like, so let's just say with the bass area, you know, running a second one really helps. Okay, that's interesting. Not bad. There, not bad. So what do we hear now? Well, we can do the calculation again. 0.3. That looks like 1.2. I think we're 1.2, so we're not far off. I should rename this, shouldn't I? 2. Okay, 2. Target over 2. Good. So, okay, so the green one down here, 1.2. We're close. 1, we're just on the money there. I would say one more EQ. That's 1.3. I think one more EQ, and this is as close to the target as I feel as though we need to get. I mean, I guess you could do more, right? I actually had a speaker, I think it was my right Atmos, that did need quite a few to get right. And again, this is because they're positioned, they're not in good positions, so it just required more to get them to sound as good as other speakers. Alright, so this is the third one. And I should have a copy and paste ready to go. That's 60. It's not playing much anyway. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, let's see what's going on with treble. It's 1 dB, but the fact is that you have to keep applying this to reach its target. Not worth it. Yeah, it's doing fine up to about 20k, right? I mean, we're actually overcorrecting here. So Yeah, it looks as though the speaker is reactive to the EQ up to around 20k. But this, you know, down here, if you're still having to, after this many EQs, apply this, you know, I don't love that. So I'm just going to take care of this now and say, look, and realistically, I can edit these files too. Like, you know, I can pull them out of MultEQ-X, re-upload them, and just change them, and say, even though it was 20k, well, we could do 20k. All right, let's just grab that there, 20k. So the first 20. Let's do that. And this again just means there's no EQ applied. Okay, reconnect. And number 3. Okay, so let's actually look at this. So big sweeping changes from the first one, right? We're very far away from target, the target. Close, and you can see, yeah, each time we are applying less, so we are always getting closer and closer to our target. I've zeroed this out now, as you can see, this one here. This one was still struggling, and this one, I'm not applying anything, basically. So, yeah, I did a full EQ this way, and didn't take care of this treble area, but it is, going forward, I'm going to do another EQ soon. Just think about the ways I want to do things and things like that, but yeah, I want to take care of you know, the treble issues. I don't like to push treble too much. I mean, I just don't see the point, for me personally. I think I hear up to around 17 kilohertz, 17, maybe 18, and then I just can't hear those sweeps anymore. So if the speaker's dropping off anyway, there's just, you know, there's no need to EQ that far up. I mean, I'm sure the ultra high-end speakers can. I think I saw speakers the other day go up to 30 kilohertz, and that's pretty extreme, you know. So that's well beyond, I mean, that's beyond hearing, you know. So I don't know, I just don't know if I see the value in going past a certain point. I've done EQs to 16k, so you know, I really can't hear the difference. Okay. Okay, align. Okay, that looks, this looks quite good. Let's see. 0.3 and a negative 0.5, so what's that, 8? We're within 1 dB here. We can absolutely confirm it. Here with the last one. Generate. Pull this out. Pull this out. Okay. Alright, so let's go over this. Here. So this is the measurement down in this corner now. And because this was based on the 0 dB line, this correction curve shows you exactly what is missing versus the target. the target versus the response that we have now. So 0.3. So again, within 1 dB. 0.6. Let's just check a few of these. 0.4. What's this one? 0.6. 0.9. But you know, this is my rule of 1 dB. And yeah, that's it. That to me is a speaker complete and fully calibrated to. I mean, in theory, you could maybe do extras here. As you can see, from like 1K down, like, I mean, look at this. So at 7K, we're 0.2 away from the target. Like, that's just what, 0.1. 0.2 even at 19K. So when the speaker starts to, so you could split this into 2 sections here. Tonality, right? A speaker's tonality. How close can you get it? And the room. Again, I mean, room and mid-range is where, you know, this starts to now take over. So this, I wouldn't be surprised if many rooms had this type of thing, where treble you can actually get quite good, but this is where some of the problems are. Now again, we're within 1 dB, right? I'm not saying it's bad or anything like that, but you know, it's not quite as clean as the treble area. So, all right, so target, and let's pull this off. Oh, these colors again. Wrong one. Give me some bold colors. Okay, so that is it. So let's look at the original response. Yeah, that's bad. So we've gained a lot more warmth in the bass. We're not tracking from 1K to around 10K there was actually reasonable. It didn't require a lot, and you can see, like, when now this EQ, I mean, it's almost ruler flat from 1K down, like in the treble. It's just complete consistency. My only concern, I guess, would be this one here. Would be that one there at 850. That would be my only concern there. But again, we're tracking within less than 1 dB. These speakers respond really nicely to bass, which is great. They do. This isn't going to push anything. Again, I'm rolling off at 80 Hertz anyway. I just want to make sure the curve's the same for each speaker, or the sound coming from that speaker is the same to my ears, and the speaker should roll off in the same way when measured, at least, as all the same, right? So sure, I could put another EQ on this and go from what was I, 0.9? Yeah, 0.9 to within half a dB. I mean, maybe that's next, but I just wanted to show you how powerful this method is of stacking them like this. I haven't looked into this, but I know someone's going to say, is like timing. Are there any timing? What is the difference in the timing between no EQ, some EQ, and maximum EQ? So we could do this. Yeah, okay, let's do this. This was the original measurement, right? So this is an impulse, the impulse, and how far it is away from the chirp. I measure my center speaker, and my center speaker is 0.026. So the reference point here is like exactly right here, because I use my center speaker as that point. So we're actually a little bit off here. This should be here, right? But this is uncalibrated, right? This is not calibrated, and this isn't actually the file for my current calibration, because I was like, why is this so far off? My current calibration, I fixed this, but every time we apply an EQ, how much is this changing? And is it a big deal? So 762, it'd be 1, 758. Right, there is a change, but it's not huge. So the next one, so 758, 757. So okay, next one, 756. So the EQ we're applying here and stacking these EQs, in my opinion, is not having a meaningful effect and change on timing, right? Sure, the difference between this one and the original is 8 hundredths of a millisecond, if I'm even saying that right. And this is, by the way, this is beyond the resolution of Audyssey. You can't change that. Don't know if I can show you this. Yeah, you can't. I don't even have access to that third section. So we're way within range still on Audyssey. In Audyssey's eyes, nothing has changed with the timing on this. There's only with Audyssey, there's only so much that can be done with timing. It's not, hey, I'm missing 0.76, so I put in 0.76. Well, actually, can you do that? I don't think it's like that in Audyssey. 'Cause sometimes you have to kind of guess a little what's actually happening. But it might. I did this the other week, and I can't remember whether it was that way. Maybe it is. Maybe it was the second number that you could apply a 7 to, and then get. I can't remember now. All I can say is that this exact number, if you put that in, I don't think it changed the timing in that way. I'm still working on the speaker timing. I did it last week, and I got everything within 0.100 ms. Everything was within that range for all of the speakers. And then what I did is I aligned the subs to the center speaker, because that was my reference speaker. So it sounds really good. It sounds the cleanest that I've heard it, because typically I have let Audyssey just take care of timing, and Audyssey is kind of got this reputation as being quite decent for timing, and I think it is. I think it's relatively okay, but it's out by 0.76. right? Not a lot, but it is out. And there's things that you can do in the receiver or in MultEQ-X app here to get this close to 0 or close to what the center speaker was. I thought it was 0.26 or something like that. So, and I tried to match this for every speaker as closely as possible. So, yeah. So yeah, timing. I don't know how significant that is, and whether it's because Audyssey sends things as an FIR filter. In theory, even when there's no EQ applied to any of the channels, it's still sending an FIR filter to the receiver to say that the response is 0. So, you know, I don't know whether PEQs have a more detrimental effect on timing than sending it this way does, because all these are they're text files. That's all they are. They're not actually PEQs. You know, I don't know. I don't know how much this has an effect on all of this. I'm trying to wrap my head around timing, different timing methods, and I'm trying to get advice from online and videos and just see what other people are doing with it. And last week was my first attempt at it, and what I decided to do for my first attempt again was align everything, at least the speakers, in an impulse way, as close to the center speaker's response as possible, whichever it was, you know, and match that. Every single speaker, I did the same thing, and yeah, and it sounded really good. So that is it, and that is the method. I think this is powerful, because if this really is not having hardly any, an imperceptible, you know, difference in impulse and timing and things like that, it's really not having any effect in the way that Audyssey has to send things. Could I do this again, right? And instead of getting this to 0.9 dB, can we get as close to 0.5 dB? Because I mean, I know this is kind of, you know, stupid, but imagine from 500 hertz to 2K we were 0.5 dB low. That would mean the pink noise when we measure is 0.5 dB low, right? So this area here is going to be an average sound, right? The average of this response from here to here is going to be an average of the response. Now, if you can get every speaker to within, I mean, yeah, 0.9 or 0.5, the closer your SPL matching will be for every speaker. It will be closer. It will be. It will sound better, because some of these, I know they're small. I know they are small, but that's what. It's nearly 1 dB. We are under, but let's just call it 1 dB. It's 1 dB's difference. And in SPL is about an average of a sound. So I don't know, just things to think about. But yeah, so I did a full calibration with this method last week. It's the best sounding my speakers, my room. It's the best it's ever sounded. I've used a HARMON target curve for a year or more. Not 100% how long now, but yeah, I've been using that for a while. Most of the time I did feel as though it sounded a little too aggressive, and I think it's this area. Could even be mid-range compensation area. I actually started turning on mid-range compensation to kind of counter this, like aggressive kind of snappy sound that you get with snare drums and things like that. But now I made my own target curve, but based off of a Harmon target curve. I mean, we can see the differences here. So pull this out. Here's the Harmon. Generate. So target there, target there. Let's pull everything off. So this is the difference between a Harmon, and the colors again are horrible. Okay, let's do a blue then, shall we, for this one, just to make it stand out. Give me some bold colors. Okay, so yeah, so the blue. ELAC target. Okay, so yeah, just to make sure I can see that. So the difference, what is actually the difference here? 0.3.3, sorry, 3.3, negative 3.3 here, is my treble, around 17, right? And a Harmon is 2. So 2.1 dB difference in the treble roll-off going on in here. That was all it took. That was all it took. It may not seem like a big difference. It is. I'm telling you, it really is. This is a big deal because it makes your speaker sound natural. How it sounds when you don't EQ it. It sounds, tonality-wise, it sounds similar. But because you've obviously EQ'd it this way, you have incredible consistency across the board. You know, I didn't know how I felt about other target curves, but it felt good for me to kind of like, hey, you can break away from the target curve that everybody calls the best, right? And this is the one you should use, or you know, something like that. To, hey, I'm going to do something that sounds well. I think, you know, because I was testing this at the time, that it sounds better, or not. But yeah, putting this in and thinking, wow, this actually tracks close to my original speaker. Great. And I'm not going to look back. I think that is the best way to do it. I love the way Harmon takes care of the bass. I think it's really nice. It's not aggressive. This is not an aggressive bass rise, right? This is 6.9 dB, right? Actually, it's slightly higher on my ELAC target. I'm not quite. It's probably the balance in here. But of where's the 0 dB? Yeah, it's the 0 dB line. It's probably changed because of this. So yeah, very interesting. Just some things you can do. Just some of the changes I'm making. And I think soon I'm gonna do another EQ. I'm gonna take care of the treble in a lot better, cleaner way. You know, I'm not stressing. I don't want to stress the speaker or anything like that. And yeah, get more into timing and just see, hey, was that the right way that I took care of the timing last week? Yeah, so that is it. That is stacking EQs, and you can get within 1 dB of a target. You could get closer, but that's where I chose to say, okay, enough's enough. 3, it took this speaker 3 EQs. And it sounds great. Center channel, trouble speaker because it's in a cabinet, or it's in a rack, or it's in it's not free like my left and right speakers. Really good speaker to take care of, especially in the vocal range here. You start taking care of this vocal range for a center speaker, and the clarity went through the roof with this inverted method anyway. But yeah, you start stacking these and it really does make a difference, especially in dialogue. Don't know if I've got, no. The inverted method where I found it was from OCA, Obsessive Compulsive Audiophile, on YouTube. So check his channel out. A wealth of information on his channel. It's very technical. A lot of the times I have to watch them, a second time to like really get it, or even a third time, maybe even a fourth to like try and understand some things. But I'm very much like, well, is this going to work for me? When I watch technical videos of things, can I actually reproduce it, and can I understand it? Can I work with it? And I tend to watch other people's YouTube videos too, like say with timing, and things like that, and make up my own mind. Like, okay, I can use that from his video. I like that, and this from another person's video. I tend to like try and combine methods of what I think will work for me. So yeah. Yeah, that's the video. MultEQ-X. Is this the only room correction app that allows this type of EQ to be done? I've been asking around, and people have been telling me you can't do this in Dirac. So that could be a deal breaker for me, unless there's another reason that made Dirac obscenely better than Audyssey. I keep hearing about the time alignment in Dirac is absolutely excellent. There's that. But again, how much, if we can do a lot of this manually, with timing and phase, benefits, because Dirac is very expensive, like with the whole bass control and everything like that. Some people might say, well, Audyssey is expensive too, it's $200, but there's, for me, my opinion, there's no better $200 spent than getting this app, MultEQ-X. It is, it puts the phone app, the Audyssey phone app, to shame. That phone app, I was like, oh my god. I downloaded it like years ago, and I was like, oh, this is bad. Again, I'd rather just turn Audyssey off at this point. So, and that's what I did. Allowing Audyssey to do its thing automatically, I've never liked it, and every single time I've had to turn it off, because for me it ruined the sound. So luckily we have this now, because for me, I like Denon, like receivers. I like the sound of them. I like how they're built. They can get as hot as anything, and for me, I've never had one shut down or anything like that. I just have not had any issues with it. I really respect Denon. I think for the price that they're aiming for and the ranges that they have, I think they're best in class from where they are. right? Their flagship receiver right now, I think it's like 7,000. I don't see anything else matching that. I think Marantz have the Cinema 30 that maybe just came out. It's either 40 or 30, but it doesn't match the Denon flagship. Plus I can't deal with the porthole, so I love the Denon front display, so you know, if I was to upgrade, then that's my next receiver, the flagship. So I have a 6500H anyway. Like, this is a $2,000 receiver, so the only thing left for me, if I want to stay in the receiver world, which I think I do, I've got a huge room. It's like 19 by 14, or is it 16? Not 100%, but it's around there. It's not the biggest room, and I don't feel as though I'm hitting the limit for the volume of my current receiver. So, you know, I think the only improvement in sound that the new receiver would give me is improved DACs. Sure, you've got a lot more headroom on the amount of power that it has, and maybe that does add to some of the sound quality and the sound I'm hearing. I just don't know, right? The only way I would know is actually to have it and say, wow, this is better. Like, it's significantly better. So, all right, I am yapping now. Very happy with the method. Yeah, give it a try. If I know there's a few of you that have been watching my videos, and you use the import method too. Stack a couple of them. Typically, my right speaker only took 2 to get within 1 dB stacks. Most of them though are 3, right? 3 stacked target curves gets you on target within 1 dB of itself, you could say. And I think this is the reason to own MultEQ-X. I think I don't know if Audyssey would go about this. I mean, I might even say to them, "Hey, Audyssey, I'm doing this," and they're like, "Oh, I'm not sure if you should do that." I don't care, right? I'm trying to get the most sound out of my system, and this discovery of trying new things is feels good. You know, it's exciting. I think it's exciting to do this. So I'm actually having more fun with audio than video, because mostly like I'm a video quality snob, right? I watch movies on disc only. I rarely stream. I mean, I have streamed, but you know, when there's artifacts in dark areas and things like that, I'm like, it takes me away from the content that I'm watching. So, you know, but this side of it, the audio side, you know, I'm really enjoying now. So, to me, this is a lot of fun. Mastering the whole system, like I mean, this is years, right? I first started off with EQing the subs, you know, we didn't have MultEQ-X yet. All I had was like the Audyssey phone app, and I was like, well, I can't do anything with this. So I know you've got curtains and things like that, but it was still not good enough for me. So I was like, I'm turning it off. I ran my receiver at the time in Pure Direct because I felt that it gave a cleaner and less noisier sound than you know, putting it in auto. You know, I thought it sounded better. So the only thing is you had to watch out for bass, and LFE plus main had to be turned on, and so yeah, the whole thing. All right, that's enough. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, if you do happen to try this, let me know what please tell me what you think. I'm very happy with it, because if you've got problem speakers, like potentially the center's in a little bit of a strange position, the your Atmos speakers or however things are set up, you had a treble speaker, give it a try and now see what you can do with it a second or a third time. So yeah, appreciate you watching, and yeah, have a good day. Bye.